Today we are exploring John Donne's famous poem, A Valediction Forbidding Mourning. Donne wrote this poem in the year 1611. He was going on a long trip to France for government business and had to leave his lovely wife Anne behind in England. A valediction means a farewell speech or a way to say goodbye, and forbidding mourning means he is strictly telling her that being sad, crying, and mourning are not allowed. He wants to explain to her exactly why they do not need to be sad. Donne starts the poem by talking about very good, virtuous men who are dying. He says these good men pass away so quietly and peacefully that their sad friends standing around the bed cannot even tell if they have stopped breathing yet. Donne tells his wife that they should say goodbye just like those quiet men, silently and peacefully. He tells her not to make tear floods or sighing so hard it sounds like a storm. Why? Because their love is a holy secret. He says that crying loudly and making a big fuss would be a profanation, a terrible disrespect to their joy. It would be like showing off their private, sacred love to the laity. The laity means ordinary people who simply would not understand how special their love is. Next, Donne uses science to explain his feelings. He talks about the moving of the earth, which means earthquakes. Earthquakes are loud, scary, and cause a lot of damage, making people notice and worry about what they mean. But then he talks about the trepidation of the space, which is the movement of the stars and planets high up in the space. This heavenly movement is much bigger and far more powerful than an earthquake, but it is completely silent and innocent to us on earth. He is saying that ordinary love is loud and messy like an earthquake, but their pure love is like the massive, silent and perfect movement of the stars. Donne then explains the difference between regular lovers and himself and his wife. He calls regular lovers dull sublunary lovers. Sublunary means under the moon, referring to earthy, ordinary people. For these people, love is only about what they can see and touch. The soul is sense. When they are separated, their love disappears because the physical thing that made their love, the thing that elemented it, are gone. But John and Anne are different. They have a love that is so much refined, so pure and special that even they do not fully understand it. They are interassured of the mind, meaning their minds and souls trust each other completely. Because their minds are so deeply connected, they do not care as much if they miss each other's eyes, lips, and hands. Because their souls are joined as one, Donne says his leaving will not cause a breach, a break, or a tear. Instead, their love will experience an expansion, a stretching. He uses a brilliant comparison. He compares their love to gold, which is a very precious and pure metal. If you hit a piece of gold with a hammer, it does not break into pieces. Instead, it spreads out into a beautiful, super thin sheet. Just like gold, the distance will only stretch their love across the miles, not break it. For his final and most famous conceit, Donne compares their two souls to a drawing compass. He tells Anne that even if they are two separate people, they are permanently connected at the top, just like the two legs of a compass. Anne's soul is the mixed foot, the sharp leg that stays firmly planted in the center of the paper. It does not look like it is moving, but it actually moves and responds when the other leg moves. John is the other foot that has to roam or travel far away to draw the circle. When he travels, Anne's fixed foot in the center listens and leans after him, showing how much she misses him. And when he comes back home, closing the compass, her foot stands straight and tall again. In the very last lines, Donne tells his wife that because she is so firm and steady in the center, she makes his circle just perfect. Her strength and faithfulness guide him safely on his journey and make sure bringing him safely back home to her. So the main theme of this beautiful poem is that true spiritual love is much stronger than just physical love. Even when two people are far apart, their souls remain completely connected, expanding like pure gold and working perfectly together like a compass. Therefore, they never need to cry or mourn when they say goodbye.